You wake up tired, not the kind of tired that sleep fixes. You sleep. You rest. You even take days off. But something inside you still feels heavy. The strange part is, nothing in your life looks heavy enough to explain it. You're functioning. You're responsible. You're doing what adults are supposed to do. And yet, a quiet exhaustion follows you everywhere. Some kinds of exhaustion are easy to understand. If someone works 12 hours a day, people understand why they are tired. If someone is caring for a sick parent, everyone can see the weight they carry. If someone goes through a divorce, a financial crisis, or a major loss, exhaustion makes sense. There is a visible cause. But quiet exhaustion is different. From the outside, nothing seems dramatically wrong. Your life might even look stable. You wake up, you go to work, you answer messages, you pay bills, you take care of responsibilities, you function. And because you function, people assume you are fine. Sometimes even you assume you are fine. But somewhere in the background of your life, a strange feeling lingers. You feel tired even on normal days, not physically collapsed, just drained. You notice small things, simple tasks feel heavier than before. Making decisions feels more tiring than it used to. Even things that once brought joy now require effort. You still do them, but the energy feels different. And because this exhaustion has no clear dramatic reason, it often becomes invisible. You rarely tell people about it. Because what would you say? "I'm tired of my life" sounds wrong. Your life may not be bad. You might even feel grateful for many things, but gratitude and exhaustion can exist at the same time. And this kind of quiet exhaustion is becoming more common than many people realize. As people grow older, life slowly fills with responsibilities. Not suddenly, gradually. In your early 20s, life still feels open. There are possibilities, unexpected changes, moments of discovery. But over time, stability becomes the priority. Stable job, stable income, stable routines, stable relationships. And stability is not a bad thing. In fact, it protects us. It allows life to become safer and more predictable. But stability has a quiet side effect. It slowly transforms life into maintenance. You maintain your career, you maintain your home, you maintain your relationships, you maintain your responsibilities. Each individual responsibility may not be overwhelming, but together, they create a constant background pressure. Not dramatic pressure, just continuous. Every week, there are things that must be handled, messages to answer, bills to pay, appointments to schedule, decisions to make, people to respond to, problems to solve. And none of these things feel extraordinary. They are simply part of adult life. But when life becomes mostly about maintaining structures, something subtle begins to happen inside a person. The inner sense of movement slowly fades. Days begin to resemble each other. Weeks pass quickly. Months feel like they blend together. Nothing is collapsing, but nothing feels deeply alive either. And this quiet flattening of life can slowly drain a person's energy. Not because they are weak, but because human beings are not designed to live entirely in maintenance mode. There is another reason quiet exhaustion appears. Many adults carry an invisible role, the role of being the one who holds things together. You become reliable, responsible, stable. You show up for people, you support family, you help friends, you handle situations calmly. From the outside, this looks like strength, and in many ways, it is. But strength often comes with a quiet cost. When you are the reliable one, people rarely ask how tired you are. They assume you are capable. They assume you will handle things. And slowly, you become used to carrying things alone. Not necessarily huge problems, just constant small pressures, small decisions, small responsibilities, small emotional weights. Each one is manageable. But together, they accumulate, like small drops of water slowly filling a container. At first, you barely notice, but over the years, the container becomes heavy. And because the process is slow, you rarely stop to question it. You simply continue carrying it. Another quiet cause of exhaustion is something many people never think about: the loss of inner space. When we were younger, we often had moments where the mind could wander. Moments of boredom, moments of curiosity, moments of reflection. But modern adult life is rarely quiet. Phones fill every empty moment. Notifications interrupt attention. Information constantly flows into the mind. Even rest becomes filled with stimulation. Videos, news, scrolling, background noise. At first, this feels relaxing. But over time, something important disappears. Silence. And without silence, the mind never truly resets. It stays slightly activated all the time, not stressed enough to feel like panic, but never calm enough to fully recover. This constant mental noise slowly drains emotional energy, and many people mistake this for laziness. They say, "Why do I feel tired when I'm not even doing that much?" But the brain is still working, still processing, still reacting, still absorbing, all day long. Quiet exhaustion is often the result of too little inner quiet. One of the deepest reasons people feel quietly exhausted is this: life stops feeling like movement and begins feeling like repetition. Every day becomes a continuation of the previous day. The same routines, the same responsibilities, the same patterns. Stability brings safety, but too much repetition without renewal slowly drains energy, because human beings need more than stability. We need meaning, curiosity, exploration, moments that remind us life is still unfolding. Without these things, life becomes efficient, but emotionally flat. And emotional flatness is deeply exhausting, not immediately, but slowly, quietly, over years. So if you have been feeling quietly exhausted lately, it may not mean something is wrong with you. It may simply mean that your life has slowly filled with responsibilities, while the inner parts of your life have received less attention. Your curiosity, your silence, your sense of direction, your deeper connection with yourself. These things are easy to neglect, but they are also the things that restore energy. And sometimes, the first step to recovering from quiet exhaustion is simply recognizing that this feeling is real, and that you are not the only one carrying it. Many people are walking through life with the same quiet weight, trying to keep everything together, while silently wondering why they feel so tired. If you have been feeling quietly exhausted lately, be gentle with yourself. Not every tiredness is a weakness. Sometimes it is simply a reminder that the soul needs space the same way the body needs rest.